Hey, what's up, everyone? First things first, you know what we got to do. We got to make sure all the platforms are working. So let me go ahead and check Instagram here. Instagram looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and check LinkedIn. LinkedIn looks pretty good, I think. Where we at? Okay, yep. LinkedIn looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and check Facebook here. And we should be straight. YouTube should be great. Yep, we good to go. Good to go. All right. For those of you who don't know, my name is Broadus Palmer. I'm cloud career coach and founder of Level Up in Tech, where we help mid-career professionals transition into cloud engineering by learning how to solve problems as a cloud engineer, and we help them land high-paying roles. But I do these cloud confidence clinics, and this is really just to help you really build your mindset and land the cloud role. I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to just give you the realness of what it takes to become a cloud engineer, but also help you come in because you come in with a frame of mind, right? Where, oh, this is too hard. This is not for me, or the market's saturated, or, you know, I've seen people not be able to get jobs, and that's not, that's going to be me. I want to reframe your mind and send you off with a new frame of mind. So if you can hear and see me well, just put a LU in the chat. I want to make sure you can hear and see me well before we get started. LU in the chat for me because I don't want to talk and answer questions and then somebody be like, I can't hear you. And then I got to do this all over again. Hate repeating myself. And, especially if it's a long gym, because sometimes I'll be in the moment. So sometimes your boy be in a moment and it just goes by, and I don't even know what I just said because everything is just leading me. So we're going to talk about stretching and increase. So I was listening to a message today, and the message basically said the Lord stretches you so He can increase you. And a lot of us are in a season of where we want something different. We want a new career. We want this tech career. But what we do is we say, well, I'm going to pray about it. And then if God wants me to have this, then He'll make a way for me to have it. But what we fail to realize is we leave out the human component that God wants us to move on or do for ourselves in order to have that success that we ask Him for. So, what I mean is, you've been thinking, or even with me, right? I before I got into this industry, when I actually wanted to get into it, I was like, I want to change my life. I want to make crazy money. I mean, I was making 40K. I want to know what it feels like to make $100,000. And I was asking God and asking God and asking God, like, hey, if you want me, if this is what you want for me, you know, make it happen. But in reality, I had to make it happen. The doors will open, the opportunities will come, but it's if I still didn't move and I still didn't stretch myself, then things would not happen. Right now, you are at a pivotal point in your career where, excuse me, you want this to happen. And deep down, I always say this. I always say deep down, we know exactly what we're supposed to do. But what stops us is our inability to stretch and get outside of our comfort zone. We are so scared of the failing that we decide not to move at all. We're so scared of the embarrassment of failing as well that we decide not to move at all. I don't know if y'all follow me in my lives daily. It was a point I was talking about how uh I got this opportunity, my first opportunity, in tech, where I was interviewing for architect role first. Not knowing, but I mean, they interviewing for it. I'm gonna get in there. And they gave me this was a training architect. This is a where I, what I do now, but this is at the beginning of my career. And they gave me a demo to do. And here I am, I was a former musician who performed a lot of places. I did videos, I sold sneakers, I was at conventions, sneaker conventions, talking to thousands of people, etc. And here this 5-minute demo scared the crap out of me. And it pushed me to stretch beyond my comfort zone to get it done, because it's not even because I felt like I couldn't do it. It was because I felt like if I did it and I failed, that would be an embarrassment. See, a lot of you right now are you scared. It's not even the fact that you can't do it. You're not even scared of the fact that you can't learn the tech. You're scared of if you try and you fail, how bad would it look for you? And I had to tell myself that, well, first my wife told me, but then I had to tell myself that I didn't care how bad I looked trying to change my life, I was going to do it. And even if I failed and flat on my face and I got up, that's just what the story was going to be. And I had to stretch myself and do that demo and teach a lesson or teach a subject that I never learned. And I had to learn it, teach it, record it, and send it in. And it's funny thing how God really works, because if you move, if you stretch yourself, everything else is up to Him. He'll put things, opportunities in your way, open up doors, but you have to move first. And in that moment when I moved and I sent it in, because mind you, I sat in the bed when they gave me this opportunity to teach and show what I can do. I sat in the bed and I told my wife, hey, I'm just going to tell Tom, who was the manager at the time, I'm just going to tell Tom, thank you. I'm going to say, thank you for the opportunity, but it's not for me, because I was scared of failing so much that I didn't even want to try it. And she said, if you don't get your ass off this bed and go and record that demo and change our lives, I'm going to punch you. In that moment, I had to stretch. God put me in a position where I had to stretch. What was I gonna do? Tell my family? Nah, I was scared to stretch. I was scared to get outside of my comfort zone. What was I going? What was I teaching my kids? What was that teaching my wife? What was that? How was I leading that? So once I did it, this is what happened. I did it. I sent it in. They said, "Oh man, you killed it! You killed it! Oh, you did everything right. We loved it." And I was like, "Yeah, God, oh my God, you're moving." And he was like, "But we're not going to hire you for this role." I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, because most of our training architects have 8 years of experience, and even coming from a training background. So I'm sorry, we can't hire you for this role." And I'm sitting there like, yo, God, I did everything. I stretched. I did everything you wanted me to do. I did everything you wanted me to do for the opportunity. And I know the answer could be no, right? I know that. But I was like, yo, I did this. You know how you do something outside of your comfort zone that's like you didn't think, you could actually complete it because you were so scared of in the fear. It was in your mind that you were so scared of failing. And when you actually get it done, you're like, yo, this gotta be it. Cause it took everything it had. It took everything I had. And he was like, I'm not gonna hire you for the role. Sorry. I damn. did all that for nothing. And he was like, but I created a role for you yesterday. I like everything you've been doing. Your LinkedIn, the search you've been getting, the projects you've been showing, how you just been building content to teach and motivate people that's behind you, and you're not even in the industry yet. I created a role for you yesterday. Here's the job description. Here's the budget. Take the weekend to think about it and let me know. And he went on vacation for a whole week. So this whole time I was scared to move. Think about this. Let's like really put this in perspective. This whole time I was scared to move. That night before that, I was scared to move. Was going to say, "Hey, thank you for the opportunity," but no. Especially the night before, I was scared to move, and this whole time, God already had him. He ain't a position. So if I said no, thank you for the opportunity, I would have threw away the position that he was creating. Think about it. He already went ahead. He went ahead to make things happen as I was moving. I'm speaking to somebody right now. I am. While I was moving and while I was scared to move, and as I was moving, behind the scenes, he was already creating a role for me. Didn't even know. You see what I'm saying? That's how God moves. And right now, you're at a place right now where it's requiring you to move and believe in yourself and stretch past your comfort zone. Sometimes the comfort zone is feelings. I mean, when I say feelings, feelings of the just moving and learning. Sometimes the comfort zone is the discipline of, hey, this is our normal routine. I'm busy, man. I'm a busy dad. I'm a busy mom. I got busy partners. This is a normal routine. Sometimes that stretching is breaking that routine to make what you said you wanted a priority also. Sometimes that stretching is, you know, we got a savings, or I may not have the money and I want to go to school, but I just ain't got it. And sometimes that stretching is finding a way to invest in yourself so you can reap the benefits. Think about this. And I don't know, you probably heard this all the time, but I had to look at investing in myself because I'm just gonna be super transparent. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Y'all want me to be real? I'm gonna be real. Like when I was in my banking career, if we wanted to go on vacation, we went on vacation, even though we didn't have it. Y'all seen them TikTok videos where it says bank account $2.50 in vacation. It says, "Are you going on vacation?" We going on. We going on vacation. We found a way to make it happen, whether we borrowed money, a payday loan, bad decisions, whatever it was, because it was that much of a priority for us to go. And I had to look at myself when I wanted to change my career and say, how much of a priority is this for you? And I started looking at cost of things like, man, I ain't got that. I ain't trying to spend that. Nah, I'm good. And I had to ask myself, like, yo, you literally go on vacation when you don't have money. You spend two, sometimes 3,000. You know what I'm saying? You spend money on vacation you ain't even got. Here is an opportunity for you to earn more money than you ever could earn in your career and go on vacation without even borrowing and go on vacation when you want comfortably. And you scared to invest in yourself. We have to stretch. We have to stretch. God is waiting on you to stretch. God is waiting on you to move. Understand what I'm saying? Now, if I just want to know because I don't like, giving y'all things y'all don't want to hear or doesn't move the needle for y'all. Is this something that's valuable for y'all? Is this valuable? Like if am I dropping some gems for y'all? If I am, put the thumbs up in the chat. If I'm not, put the thumbs down in the chat. I'm open to criticism. Totally fine with it. I just want to make sure this is valuable. Am I talking to someone? Is this reshaping the way you think? Why you scared? Why you scared right now? God is already working behind the scenes. But it requires you in order for you to get that increase, whatever that stretching looks like, it's the thing that's holding you back. It's the time that you won't dedicate, or it's the money that you won't spend, right? Or it's the research that you won't do, or it's the people that you won't talk to, or it's the places that you don't go or want to go or scared to go, right? You may be doing the work, but guess what? Your next opportunity is at these meetups that you scared to go to because you scared to talk to people. That's your next opportunity. So if you stretch just a little bit and go to your next one, it will open up doors for you. It may not open up doors immediately, but something's going to come out of it that you did not see because you moved and you obeyed and you said, this is what I'm asking for. And God said, move, and you moved. I did a job fair a couple weeks ago up here with our partners Tech Systems, and I had a gentleman come, didn't know me, see me on LinkedIn, didn't know anything about tech whatsoever. He drove up to the job fair, not knowing what he was going to say, how he was going to introduce himself, anything. And think about it, he was the first one there. He caught me, came in the midst of me setting up, came in to introduce himself. I said, "Hey, man, nice. Thank you so much for being here. We're not fully ready yet, but it's a lounge right there. Not a lounge, lobby right there. You can go ahead and chill out, and I come get you." Soon as the recruiters got in, he was the first one. Hey, I talked to him, got to know him. He was scared. He was like, I didn't know. I don't know anything about tech. I know this is something I want to do, and I'm just tired of where I'm at right now. And he moved, scared. He stretched himself, not knowing what the outcome was going to be, not knowing what anything was going to be. But that was a very important part of his journey because right now that's going to shape and change his life. I guarantee it. So I wanted to share that with y'all. Put some questions in the chat if y'all got any questions too. Let me check Instagram, make sure we don't have any questions there. Let's see. Where we got any questions on Instagram? The journey makes the destination that much more appreciated. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing y'all don't see right now. Y'all don't see that the journey is turning you into who you said you want to be because tech is all about stretching and growing. It's a lifelong learning journey. It's a lifelong learning journey. Now, how are you going to stretch and grow every day if you're scared to stretch and grow one time? It ain't gonna happen. So by you taking an act of faith and moving and stretching and growing, you're showing that you're able to put yourself in positions to stretch and grow anytime. You think it's something small. Oh, let me go. I know I'm scared. Let me go to this networking event. It's actually something life changing because you're showing a higher power that, hey, we ask for these things, right? Like, let's be honest, we praying for opportunities, we praying for better jobs, we praying for better salaries, bigger salaries, the best salaries, the biggest salaries we ever came across in our life. Let me get the best paycheck I've ever got. We asking for these things now. What are you willing to do to go out here and get it? Think about it. If God gave you, I always say this: if God gave you the dream, and put the dream in your heart, giving you the resources and tools to be successful, you just have to do it. You have to change this, right? You have to take what's in your heart and reshape your mind in order to have it in your hand. We got a lot of dreams in our heart, and a great career can help us accomplish a lot of it. But we have to reshape the way we think in order to hold it in our hand. Okay. So let me check these channels real quick because I know sometimes questions don't come in. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. All right, no questions yet. Let me make sure YouTube, etc. So I'm all about questions, y'all. If you got questions, ask. But I do these lives daily. I wanna help y'all change your mindset. I know you watching, so even if one person I get changed to say, you know what, he's right. I'm going to tackle my career like nobody's business because I'm ready for the change. I've made a change. My job is to impact all day, every day. So that's a story for me where I've been scared to move. And if I'm sharing, every day is a day that I'm scared to move. Like, understand, like, even though it might seem like I'm good at it, because sometimes your boy just make it look easy. Every day on the lives, I still get nervous. I still get nervous. I talk to y'all every day, and I still get nervous. That's just what it is. But we're stretching and we're growing because, right? If I want abundance, I have to be abundance, right? So, meaning I've been assigned people. You have been assigned people to help. That's your purpose, to help. Whether what that looks like. You've been assigned people in your life. Of course, your kids, your children, your spouse, that's your gift. But other people. I think my purpose is helping people with their careers, training. I've been assigned to you to help you through this journey, whatever that looks like for you. Because I've been through it. People I've helped been through it. You're thinking about what it's going to look like when you need somebody to tell you, hey, this is the things you need to look out for. So with that, let's talk about what is it that you need to look out for. Well, yesterday I had a student, Jeffrey Vaughn, on the live, and he said, but at the end I asked him, what advice would you give to yourself if you had to start all over again? He said, block out the outside noise. And think about what that means. Outside noise. When you're trying to focus on something, this is the biggest distractor, right? When you're trying to focus on something, your friends are the biggest distractor. Like when I was trying to get into tech, I'm from a small county in Virginia. And when I was trying to get into tech, especially cloud engineering, a lot of people in my area didn't know what cloud engineering was. So as I was learning it and I was telling people about it, spreading the message, trying to get people interested in it because I knew it was the future. I knew this is going to boom. This is a technology like how AI is now. That's what cloud was years ago, right? So I knew, like, hey, this is something you're gonna need to learn. And you know what? This is me. If I had a stack of Bibles, I'll put my hand on it right now. A lot of people was going around saying, "Hey, man, you know what brought this on, man? You on that pyramid marketing scheme? What's going on?" Because they didn't understand what cloud engineering was, and the way and the excitement I was going preaching to people about this, trying to get people to understand, if you want to change your career, this is a great career to get into. People thought I was trying to manipulate them to get, to get into a pyramid marketing scheme. Think about that. Because they feared what they didn't understand, understood, whatever. They didn't know. So what is this foreign thing he's talking about? Oh no, no, that's probably some scam. Scam, scam. My mom probably looking at this. Sorry, mama, but I'm gonna say it when because she didn't understand what that was either. She probably still don't understand a ton about what I do, but she didn't really understand anything about cloud engineering at that point. So when I actually landed my role and I told her like, "Hey, this is how much money I'm gonna make, mom," she said, "Make sure it ain't no scam. Make sure you got watch out. Make sure it ain't no scam now." And I'm like, "No, mom, it's a job. It's a job, full-time job. Got an offer letter, everything. We good. I signed it. We good. Start date. No, just make sure it ain't no scam." Because she didn't understand. So the outside noise of people who don't understand what you're doing or don't even believe, like a lot of people didn't believe that you can make six figures from home. And this was in 2017. They didn't believe somebody can make six figures working remote. It was so far removed that they just couldn't fathom. And if we're being real honest, some of them gonna say, I'm lying, but I ain't. If you want to be real honest, a lot of them didn't pay attention until they seen something tangible I had. Sometimes it takes tangible items for people to pay attention. And the day the people didn't really pay attention until what I was doing and then started asking questions like, hey, tell me a little bit about this little, because they always use the word little, that's the outside. Tell me a little bit about this little cloud engineer thing you're doing. Nobody paid attention until I bought my first Mercedes Benz AMG and I pulled out and people started seeing me because they knew I was come from, I was banking. They knew I made like $20 an hour for me going there and then got an AMG and just bought what? Hey, tell me a little bit about this little cloud engineer thing you're doing. What this little thing you're doing? That's when people started paying attention because before they couldn't. What? Boy, that boy talking about making six figures from home. Do who do that? We gotta go to work around here. That boy tripping. That little he trying to scam somebody, get somebody in the pyramid things, man. Broadest man. He always, I hear entrepreneur now. He got himself a little pyramid scheme thing. He trying think about that. Some people, some of y'all right now listening to people who have no idea about what you're trying to do. Think about that. You are absorbing the energy, the words, the fear, the non-factual sentences that people are saying about you and they don't even know nothing about what you're trying to do. All right, let me see. Let me see somebody. I enrolled in a cybersecurity college program while working full time. So the stretching and growing is real for me right now. It will be more real when you land that role and you sign that offer letter. Because everything you're going through right now seems like, oh my God, right? But when you land that role, you sign that offer letter, none of this stuff that you're doing right now is going to matter. None of it. Dissolved. It's gone. I did what? How many hours I spent? Man, I don't even feel that now. Think about like all the hours I spent, even you or whoever's watching this, right? All the hours you spending learning this stuff, banging your head against the wall, feeling high anxiety, feeling like you gonna quit. When you get that first offer letter and you sign it, none of that shit matters. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. None of it matters. I can't even remember the night. I'm like, huh? You talking about what night I spent? I don't remember none of it. Now I remember, I don't remember none of it. Oh, let's see. I'm interested in cloud security, but trying to figure out how can I start learning the things I need for that now and not later. So, this is a good question. So, like, I understand you want to do a lot of things, right? And you want to learn cloud security, but if you're in a cyber program, they should be teaching you a little bit about cloud security and understanding, like, because you're securing things on prem and you can secure things in the cloud. So you should be focusing on that in your lessons, in your modules, or in your semesters, whatever you're doing in college. Reach out to me, DM me, LinkedIn or TikTok, whatever you want to do, and let's talk through it. I mean, I don't want you to take on too much, right? Because college and working full time is a lot. So one of the mistakes that we do, right, is trying to learn things fast. Like something is waiting for us that required us to learn it so fast that we just stress out. Because that's exactly what you're gonna do if you take on too much. You're gonna stress out, you're gonna burn out, you're gonna quit. And we don't want that. All right. So let's take a look at what you're doing because don't want to take on too much. You don't want to eat a whole pie in one sitting. You get indigestion and you regret it, right? Let's take it slice by slice so you can enjoy it and you can digest it more, even better. All right. So I hope that answers your question, or well, not question. I hope that really helps you understand what you just said and give you some clarity moving forward. Let's look at LinkedIn. I mean, not LinkedIn. Let's look at Instagram. Okay. True, man. I've done SC 900 and currently doing a networking certification since my university paid for it. Hey, do it. Do it. Continue to do it. Um, Once again, don't take on too much. Just make sure you are chopping that tree properly. Because once again, a lot of us, excuse my back itching, a lot of us are trying to learn things super quickly because we feel like there's an opportunity out there that if we don't learn it quickly, like super quick, we're going to lose it. There's no job that's the opportunity would be the opportunity when the opportunity arises. God knows when you're ready, the opportunities will arise. You're moving, you're stretching. Don't try to push yourself to stretch to get in positions you're not ready for. You see what I'm saying? So, like for you, Carmel God, if you try to stretch yourself so much, and let's say you get into a cloud security role right now, because that's what you want. Ultimately, that's what you want, right? Let's say you get into the cloud engineer role right now, you wouldn't know what to do. You'll be 10 times stressed because you don't know the job and you'll lose it. You'll get that bag and it'll do you worse because you get that bag, you'll change your life with it, change your situation, and then next thing you know, you lose it, and now you're 10 times stressed because you adjusted a lifestyle to what most people adjust their lifestyle to what their salary is, and you get stressed out because we try to go too fast, we try to go too fast. So that's that's the best advice I can give you right now. All right. Any other questions? Go ahead. Put them in the chat. Put them in the chat. I wanna see. Let's see. It said it has more questions somewhere else. I want to see where is these questions. Where we at? Let's look at YouTube. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. Yeah. So I just want to make sure everything I'm saying is valuable to y'all. So do me a favor, like put the gems in the chat if this is. Give me a thumbs down if it's not. I'll just do me that favor. If y'all not gonna ask questions, you're not gonna say anything, just do me that favor because I want to make sure I'm giving y'all what y'all looking for to help you change your mindset. I want to give you the truth. I want to give you the thing that's really going to help you grind. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. At least got the gems. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna give y'all 30 more seconds, a minute to ask another question. I don't care what the question is. I want to help. I'm here. I want to help. I like answering questions. I want to help you in your career. I'm gonna keep searching Instagram and YouTube and okay. Someone said one question: are you doing a live stream on YouTube or just Instagram? I'm new to your page and wanted to say keep it up and thanks so much for the help. So I do the live stream goes on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in, sir. I really appreciate you. Come back because I love to just help and champion you on. Um, so with that being said, if you are at a point where you need help stretching and growing so you can increase your life, your paycheck, your career. Let's see if we can help you do that. Drop level up in the chat. I'm reaching out to folks. I want to see if we might be able to help you, right? Some of you stuck right now, not knowing what to do. You're overwhelmed. You're trying to figure it out step by step. Let us help you do that. All right. Um, let's see. So let's say next summer I have the opportunity to consider Lewitt because I have more free time. Should I reevaluate? Then, yeah, I mean, I don't. So what I'm going to say is this: I'm not a person that's going to be like, "No, you should evaluate now because join my program." No, like I don't want you to take on too much because even as much as make sure we okay, there we go. As much as we may love to have you as a student to be able to see if we can help you, right? It does you, us, or the college university no good if you can't keep up with the pace or anything. If you're burning out, it does you ultimately, the person who we really want to help, no good because you're not going to make progress. Okay. So I hate to say it like this. So, like, if you really want to be in a program that's giving you something that you're not getting at the university, and you feel like the university is not the place you should be, then you need to drop that and get into something that you feel that's worth it. If you feel like you're getting what you need out of the university, stick with that. But if you're asking these questions, then I'm inclined to move to the fact that you may feel like you're not getting a certain aspect out of it that you think you need. So before you make any decisions, right, let's just have a conversation about it because you don't know what you don't know, and maybe some insight can really help you figure out like, oh yeah, he's absolutely right, me, I just stick to what I'm doing. Or yeah, absolutely right, I'm totally wasting my time. So just reach out to me, Broadest Farmer on LinkedIn, Mr. Level Up in Tech on Instagram, Mr. Level Up in Tech on TikTok. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's check out other questions. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, yes, if you just want to have a conversation because you're stuck, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, all this stuff is overwhelming, it's scaring you. Just making sure. Okay. Something's going on where it looks like I'm crashing, but you're overwhelmed. You don't know what to do. You're stuck. Let's see if we can help. Put the level ups in the comment, and we'll go ahead and reach out to you. A little net. We'll go ahead and reach out to you. Let's see. I am an experienced in the IM space, but now looking for work. Any tips for interviewing and navigating the interviewing process? Yeah. So first things first, when you're looking for roles, before you apply, Typically, the job description will tell you what team you're working on. What I normally do, if I can't find anybody just directly, because sometimes LinkedIn will put who's like directly on the team or the recruiter. If I can't find anyone, I just search the team on Google, and typically somebody on LinkedIn will pop up. I make sure they connect to the team, and I'll reach out to them to see if I can chat with them real quick, just to learn a little bit about what they're doing on the team, the culture, how did they come to work there, because that's how you can get your referrals, right? So once you're in, it's a few things you're gonna go through. You're gonna go through the screen, right? The screening interview with the recruiter. This is typically non-technical because a lot of recruiters are not technical. So they're just gonna ask you, like, hey, tell me more about yourself. And that's where you can do your 30-second pitch, right? Talk about who you are, what you've done, and what you're trying to do. What's your mission, right? My mission is to this with XYZ company, right? And they're going to tell you a little bit more about the role. And then they're going to ask you, do you have any questions? And that way you can jump in like, hey, what does the interview process look like? Can you help me prepare? Like, can you help me better prepare? They're not going to give you, insight on like, hey, these are the questions they're going to be asking during the next interview, but they can say, hey, these are the things that they're looking for. So when you get to the next interview, that could be technical. It could be with the senior manager, lead, or panel, right? They're going to dig into your resume. They're going to dig into how you solve problems, and they're going to dig into how would you solve problems for them. So whatever's on your resume, be prepared to be asked about it because they're going to dig into it. And if you're weak in some area, do not harp on this area a lot because they'll detect it and they'll drill you. So when you're talking to Well, when you're in a technical interview, you got to be aware of your body language too. You gotta, when you're talking, whether you know it or not, just assume confidence, right? If they ask you a question and you don't know, you can say, "Hey, that's interesting. Can you give me a minute to process and think about it?" Yeah, they're not. What they're gonna say? No, you need to answer right now. No. So as you think about it, you're like, you know what? As I think, I don't recall having that type of experience with that. However, I'm confident in my ability and my process that I've used over the years of my career. Or let's say if you're not in the space at all, right? And you're transitioning. Hey, I don't recall having experience with that, but I'm confident in my ability and my process that I learned through these over this year building projects and solving real world problems that I can learn more about this, get up to speed solving problems and be an asset to the company in no time. You see how I said that? I said that with conviction and confidence, as opposed to, well, I mean, I don't know anything about that, but probably can do some research on it. You got to understand your body language, watch what you say as far as words, right? Be confident in every single way. I watch people who were confident get the job over people who actually had some skills because the people with the skills didn't have the confidence. I actually had a couple people a person reach out for a couple people out of the program about this role, and they had like 28 roles open, and they interviewed a few people, and they interviewed a person who had a lot of experience. They came to us for cloud experience and DevOps and AI, and they said, hey, we like this person. The person that they liked the most was a teacher with no previous tech background, but the confidence that that person had won them over, and the confidence they had in the ability to solve problems, while the person who had these skills didn't really bridge that confidence gap, and they wasn't sure if that putting that person in that role they can do it. All right. And then the last interview, or out of 3 to 5 that you may have, is a culture fit. So they just ask you, how you can collaborate, and how you handle conflict, and other things that you could do working for them. Just be truthful and understand you're going to be a team player. You're not even if you've been working by yourself for a while, you're still going to be a team player. So it's all about working with the team to solve a problem that's priority for the company. If you keep that in mind at all times, then you will do well in the interview. That's it. Hope that answers your question, Austin. Thank you for asking as well, bro. All right, let's see. Let me make sure no other questions. Okay, so are you involved in the IAM field? I'm trying to get hands-on experience with Active Directory and planning to do SC 300 IAM Associate Certification exam. I'm not involved in the IAM field, right? But first things first, I mean, look at some Active Directory um, documentation, and also a lot of services within each cloud provider, AWS, obviously Azure, and GCP uses. I think GCP is connected with Active Directory as well. I could be wrong because they have workspaces, but AWS have a lot of services that uses Active Directory. So get used to using Active Directory with other cloud service providers as well, and you can do a lot of things with that with users, groups, policies, etc. I'm not in the IAM field, but that's the best advice I got for you right now. All right, let's go back. Let's see. Okay, okay. So sorry, y'all, if I'm choppy. Sorry, y'all, if I'm choppy. I don't know what's going on with this MacBook, etc. Um, But I hope this was really valuable to y'all. I hope this gets a lot of questions answered. And once again, reach out to me, comment level up in the comments if you're really ready to invest in yourself time wise. You're looking for opportunity to just push yourself to the next level with people who can help you really transition and really grow. It's all about just finding that tribe that works for you and that can help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So we're looking for serious people who really ready into investing the time, finances, and everything they need to shift themselves to another layer in their career and really obtain the finances that they want, the career that they want, the job that they've been looking for and been working for. First, you got to grow, and like I said, that stretch and growing out your comfort zone means doing things daily that you're not used to, investing time and money that you maybe don't want to, and pushing yourself to limits that make you really uncomfortable because that's the things that's going to change you and help you become the engineer that you want to be. Let me check Instagram again to make sure there's no other questions, etc. Okay. So continue to just push forward, continue to build and build and build. I love y'all. I got to head out. I'm not going to be on a live tomorrow. Sorry, y'all. I'm traveling, but I will be on a live Friday and Saturday as well. The time is to be determined. So, but I'm here every day for y'all. Let's come through. Let's just build the community. Tell somebody who may not know about this live and have them join with you. The more, the merrier, right? So, love y'all. Let's continue to level up. I'll see y'all Friday. All right. Have a good Thursday. And yeah, let's go.